Hello and welcome to our Trueway Kids 2026 update video.
Yeah, we're super excited to share with you some news from the last year, from 2025, and give you some of our vision that we've got planned for this year. Really, we're going to be focused on removing barriers and equipping more generations to study God's Word and the Bible. So just comes through some stats of the last year first. So we just passed the 20 million total visitors in the last year, which is really exciting. And we're so thankful for each of you that use the lessons. Then we average about 87,000 weekly downloads of lessons, which is just incredible to know how many people around the world are using the Trueway Kids resources. And then we averaged about 2.9 million visitors who came every single month, which is incredible how dedicated some of you are to using our resources, and we're thankful for that. Something else that's interesting this past year is that we passed over half of our visitors using our mobile, and our main languages were English, Spanish, Portuguese, Russian, and French. So just we'd love to just share with you some of our vision for this coming year, so you can pray with us and follow along as we go through a lesson. So we've got four really pillars, which are our four main areas of emphasis for 2026. That's Trueway Baby and Trueway Word. Both of these are coming out tomorrow if you're going to be watching this live, but they'll be coming out on the 6th of January. So anytime after that, they're already on the website. We've got a missions program planned on really a year in missions. And we have a new resource we're super excited to share with you as well, which is Trueway Lite. So let me just share some of Trueway Word first of all. So God really put it in our hearts to reach out to preteens more and create a resource for them. So this is going to be a 2-year journey, and we've working on the Trueway Word framework. So that's walking through the Word, observing what it says, reflecting on it, and then discovering by putting it into practice. We're also dealing with apologetics, which a lot of preteens is important to answer the big questions, and the style is really fun. And we're going to show you one in a second. So yeah, this Trueway Word, again, that's the way it works. Some example pages, but we can actually show you one. So if you can hold it up for everyone. So here you see the front cover, then to open it up. Then inside you'll see like example pages like this. So this side is kind of the lesson reflection, and this will be a worksheet, and that's on every one. As we come near the end, we have like activities for them to do, and also challenges for each week. So this is how they put it into practice. And then right at the start, on the first pages, yeah, we have an introduction to the book and a small comic that outlines the story. So we're super excited about that. You can go to our website and actually download these resources already and start using them with your preteens, and do share them with anybody you know who might find them helpful. The next resource, which was totally surprised that we didn't plan in this year, but God really kept confirming to us again to build this, is Trueway Baby. And that's going to be for from birth to 2 years old. So we've already got Trueway Tots, and that's to accomplish this. So the vision is that this baby care at home or at church becomes more than just childcare, but really helps babies from the youngest of age to develop. So children are growing the quickest in this time, and we want to, really share God's words from birth. So we got this reference page of how to use it, and then this is basically how it works. Every lesson has a sign, a song, a sensory, and speak. So in English, 4 S's or 4 steps. In other languages, it starts with a mat, and then the observer, which is 4 to 6 months, but we show you the actual lesson now. And then the explorer, which is 6 to 24. So let's show you again a quick version of these. So that's the mat, and you'll see as you're teaching a lesson, you just leave that in front. There's a sign how to do so. In this one is Jesus, so it's baby sign language or normal sign language. Then there's a song, you can scan the QR code, and these are all traditional nursery rhymes, but we've rewritten the words so they have new lyrics which fit in with the actual lesson. A small sensory activity you can make, then speak, which is a key phrase, and a prayer. Then for the babies from 0 to 6 months old, we have this, which is instructions of how to use the cards. These are high contrast images, which is helps eye development and focus for these under 6-month-olds. And then use the actual pages, you print these off, and there's prompts of how to use them. For example, like circle the eyes or trace these. So these really help children to develop to focus. Then we have simple story pages with actions for children from 6 months to 24 months. So you would cut these out and you can bind them together or use them as storybooks. So simple phrases, colorful illustrations, then an activity. For this example, this one will say, tap your wrists like you're waiting for something. So wait, as Simeon is waiting. And we have them for each. There'll be 8 cards or 8 story pages for the children in this 6 month to 24 worksheets. And we really want in mother and toddler groups or parent and toddler groups and for churches to be able to send something home for the parents to carry on. So we have these parent take home sheets as well, which teaches the sign the child learned, the song that they can carry on singing, the QR code for the song there, and some extra activities which help emphasize this lesson when they get home. Another big thing that we're going to be working on this year, as I mentioned earlier, is missions. Really, we're going to look at this year as being a year of missions. So we have a 20-part mission series, which is going to be split into 5 sessions over each quarter. So you'll see here, quarter 1, we're looking at missions in the Bible. Quarter 2, we're going to be looking at some famous people who were involved in missions in the past. Same quarter 3, but with different emphases. Then quarter 4, we're going to look at what we can learn from this and how we can put missions today. So yeah, so they're going to be kind of one each quarter, just giving you an example of what it might look like. Is in middle sessions, we'll tie it to the story, which is the rich young ruler. And we'll also do T Stud and how he gave up everything, his cricket and his riches, to serve God throughout the world, but particularly there in the Congo. So we're super excited to share that with you. And then one more resource, which we again think was going to be really beneficial and something we didn't plan at the start of the year, but it is really an answer to prayer and requests from many people. Like God gave us a way of meeting a need here, which is many of the emails you send us make us so happy and we are delighted for them, but there's some that make us sad. And even though our resources are free to use, they're not available for all to use, or they're not be able to put in practice. One is security barrier. Many people in countries share, it's just difficult for them to be carrying Christian resources around with them in their bag, and if they get stopped, they can, not necessarily that's illegal in their country, they can put them in risky situations. Another one is logistics. We have many people who work with tribes in jungles, in rainforests, up on mountains, and it's just impossible for them to carry so much material with them. And when they're there, there's no printer or no internet. And also the cost, as well as we print our lessons, and they are free printable lessons, but of course to print them costs money. And we see week after week pictures of people who've been tracing the images, who go into internet cafes to use the internet and writing out the lessons or writing out the lesson guides by hand. So we've been praying and thinking about how can we help these people? How can we help more people to teach more children the Bible? So we've created this new resource, and I'd love to share that with you for a second. So if you can just wait. So we've created an app which is called Trueway Lite. And we just got to test one for a second. So you'll see there's English, and we'll click on any lesson. So we'll stick with Simeonana. And this app will allow people to have a lightweight, they can just click the image and it'll go full screen. It also has a story at the bottom that they can listen to. And all the games and activities and everything on this app is going to be super, super lightweight. So one page will be 1 megabyte, and they can sync it to their device. So even if they don't have internet, they can use it wherever they are. So this is kind of the picture. That on Saturday, when somebody visits a town, they can download the lesson, then it's on a phone. So where they go to the village or this remote tribe or wherever they are, they can use it. No carrying heavy things, no worry. They can just carry their phone. They don't need paper, they don't need print. All the games and all the activities and all the crafts are with stuff which are hand, so they can deliver across. And we really hope that will really help more people to reach it. We've also have a special version, so you can mask it as a calculator. That means that it's hidden on your phone until you need it. A couple of other things we're working on this year. A lot of you appreciated the comics we made last year. We've got more of these coming out, including whole books. We have games. I've seen a lot of you use our Christmas games again, and we got more of these. And we're really excited this year to be sharing our first teen VBS as well. So a couple of more things before we finish. We've just created an emergency backup of the website, which means if our PDF lessons ever go down, we have another version where you can access and still download the lessons. We have backup resources for them as well, and we now hosting all the files on our own servers, which means they're more reliable, quicker to load around the world, and hopefully they'll help more of you to use the lessons easier than ever before. Well, if you have got any questions, please do let us know in the comments or send us an email. And we just are so thankful for your partnership and for joining us to teach children around the world the Bible. So thanks again for using Trueway Kids, and we are praying for you. And any questions, just let us know.